Before I get down onto the topic, I just want to have a quick disclaimer that I'm recording on my phone and I don't have a mic at the moment. So the audio will be a little trashy, but that's how it is at the moment. So let's just get into the topic. So, con season just ended. Artists were being stolen from within the con. And Blue Potion Cove is still up tracing and stealing art. And that's what I'm going to be talking about today. People stealing art in different forms and ways, I guess. So, for those who don't know about Blue Potion Cove, I'm going to link a video talking about who she is, but if you don't want to look at it, I'll just give a brief sum down. So, Blue Potion Cove, or Co, yeah, Blue Potion Co, is an artist who is well known for tracing and making profit off of it. And already within the art community, people don't like it when someone traces even when it's not for profit. So like you can already imagine the outrage or the bigger disappointment or anger that comes in when you're not only tracing but you're also tracing to make a profit. And yeah, that's basically what this girl is known for tracing and then saying that referencing is tracing, which it isn't. And that's like, basic no knowledge that it's not tracing if it's like, just a reference, but there is a huge difference. I don't know, I feel like I'm rambling on a little about the tracing and the referencing. And then con season kind of ended, or the cons were coming down. People are getting over with the cons, and I haven't been on the internet a lot. I've only been on the internet for like a year. So this is like to me new news, but it has been said that people were being stolen from in cons, like people just stealing enamel pins, buttons and stuff like that. And that's like a very trashy thing to do for many reasons. So, I have never conned before. Like, I haven't ever had an artist alley, but I'm aware of like how expensive they can be. Like, some tables can go up to like $100 and like more. Like, but the bigger the con and like the bigger attendance there is, obviously, the cost of tabling is going to be more. And so there's been like threads about stealing from artists on within cons, like, hey, that's a dick move. And it pretty much is, because Mishroom, no, it wasn't Mishroom, I think it was like one of Mishroom's friends, they were told by a con attendee if like they could have something for free in exchange for a follow, and it's just like no. But yeah, a bunch of people were talking about how they were getting their stuff stolen. So the thing is, people have to like break even, like, oh well, why is this so expensive? Well, some artists have cons as like their main income source. Like, this is how much they, like, this is like their bread and butter, or like where they make most of their sales from, from like making merch and stuff. And people have different, I don't want to say opinions, but like they have different meanings or what breaking even is to them. Some people, breaking even is like selling enough to cover the cost of the table and also making extra profit. So a brief example would be like, oh, let's say I go to a con and I'm like tabling there in the artist alley and I spend $150 in getting the table and all that stuff. To make profit or to like break even, I would have to, make the $150 back and also make some more money, because you're not gonna waste or spend X amount of dollars just to like make the money back. It's like you're not getting any profit out of it. If anything, you're not, it's just like you're in the same, you didn't go up and you didn't go down. So there's that. And then there was also debates about people digging in the trash for like merch and then reselling it. And in my personal opinion, reselling merch is already a dickish thing to do. Because, one, like, it's not yours, and I know people are gonna give out the excuse of, oh, well, they throw it out, so they obviously must not want it. And I kind of agree, like, it's kind of weird. Like, you could just, like, resell it on Etsy or some other site. But, some people, maybe they just can't do it. Like, maybe they can't afford to, like, have packages and mailing stuff out. Maybe they can't do that, so, they just, like, throw it in the trash. But it's just, like, a very weird thing. Like, I don't know where to stand on it. Because I didn't even know people would do that. That they, throw out, like, extra con stuff. Because most of the artists that I follow, like, after cons, they have, like, a small flash sale, like, hey, I almost sold out at this con, but if anyone wants, here's some leftover merch from the con, it's a limited time only. And, they just, like, have a brief sale for a few hours or a day, depending on how fast it sells out. And that's what they do. Then other thing that I want to talk about was back to, like, the BluePotionCo thingy and tracing not only official art but also other people's fan art. In my opinion, making fan art is okay. You can make fan art if you want. If you enjoy doing it, that's fine. If you want to resell it, not resell it, but if you want to sell your fan art that you made of a specific franchise, fine, go ahead. All the power to you. But the one thing that I find a huge-ish problem with doing is when people take official images of franchise or show and then just, like, print it onto a fucking, I don't know, like a shirt, or, like, just, like, resell the graphic design in quotation marks on Redbubble. And examples of this that I've seen is when Anime Matsuri was going on. In this forum that I'm in, there was a call out to an artist that was over there in Anime Matsuri that was selling stickers, but they weren't like fan art. It's like those hype beast anime merch, It's like you take the image from the show and then just, like, make small edits on it, like, oh, you just change the hair color and shit like that. And I think that's, like, very, I don't know, I guess not uncreative, but it's, like, borderline, not pirating, but there's a word for it. But, like, it's, like, I guess copying or pirating. Yeah, I couldn't think of the word, so I'm just gonna say pirating or like off-branding, generic, I don't know. But it's like when you take the screenshot of the show and just change, like, a few details. If 13-year-olds new on DeviantArt can't get away with this shit, what makes 20 to 30 some shit-year-olds who do the same thing think it's okay? Like, yeah, if you're, like, 13, if I understand that, okay, maybe this is your first time drawing art, and editing pictures within itself can be an art, because I've seen people that do like edits that are like good, and by the time you look at the before and after picture, it doesn't look alike. But I'm talking about like these edits are like minor edits, just like making a small tattoo on the anime character, or like going on Procreate or Photoshop and changing the hair color to something else. In my opinion, that's not fan art. That's just someone like, I would say, stealing the official artwork and then just reselling it, which I'm not for. Personally, I don't stand by that, because you're not making it yourself. It's like, if for example, Denki from My Hero Academia, he doesn't have a lot of official merch from him or of himself. So, an example would be me just like taking screenshots of Kaminari whenever he appears in the anime, editing them into a collage, and then selling the final product on Redbubble. That within itself is copyright infringement, because you are taking property from the show and then reselling it as your own. And I do believe that if you do shit like that, you deserve to get your account banned or whatever. However, something that'd be different is if let's say I draw Kaminari and then upload that image onto Redbubble and sell it there as a print. That technically wouldn't be copyright infringement. It technically wouldn't be. I mean, there's a huge debate already about like, oh, is fan art copyright? Some people say yes, some people say no. I don't have a strong, solid opinion on it yet, but making your own fan art and then selling that fan art is better than just blatantly taking screenshots of the show or like stealing someone else's artwork. Also, I already made a video about this, and it's about fan accounts again. So once again, this is from another thread on Twitter. Wow, this is becoming my opinion on this week's art Twitter thread or scandal, whatever. So I can't find the thread for the life of me, but if I do, I'll just link it down below. And the thread was going over fan accounts and reposting, and how reposting, even with giving credit, hurts the artist. So the reasoning behind this was that once people repost art, someone, even if they give credit, someone else could, take the screenshot and repost it onto their account, and they're like, oh, I forgot, and, they're like, oh, I forgot who the art made it. And for people who who don't know how Instagram works, it's a mobile app, so the layout is going to be a lot different than from like other things, because you have like small captions. It's like, oh, here's this picture of character X, and then skip a few lines, credit to artist on this website. And how like people can, even with giving credit, how it actually hurts the artist, because people can eventually take more screenshots than they don't give credit, and how essentially that builds up a whole repost thing without giving artists credits, and kind of steps into the territory of art theft. And in my opinion, I know where they're coming from. And a great example of this going on or happening is a small alien drawing that Hey Monster Art on Twitter has done a few years ago. Now, I don't have the image, and my editing app will probably cut out the video if I try to upload an image, but it's the image of an alien holding up a mirror and has a flower crown saying, too cute for this planet, or something like that. But yeah, I'm aware people have like heard of it before. It's like that little thing. And for people who don't know, a few months ago, Jeffree Star hired someone to make a logo for some palette or makeup bag. I don't fucking know. I don't care about Jeffree Star or makeup in general. So don't come at me saying, oh, you just hate Jeffree. No, I just don't care about makeup in general. So I wouldn't care about him. And it was, a traced image of Hey Monster Art's alien drawing from like a few years ago. Of like too cute for this planet. It's just, an alien with a flower crown. And this image has been reposted to hell and back on Redbubble. Like you could just look up alien on Redbubble. And there's a 50% chance that one of the few first images that you might see is that of the alien with the flower crown saying too cute for this planet. And shit like that happens, and you can like report it onto Redbubble, but it kind of takes a long time because people find different ways to do it, and eventually it makes its way onto like Wish, because that can happen. Another example of this being is when Bowsette came out, there was like this huge. It wasn't a huge situation, but there was a company or a website based in like Asia that was selling Bowsette pins, but it was of other people's fan art. So, this was like stealing art for a profit, which I myself don't like. And shit like that can happen. It's like, hey, you didn't do this, please don't sell it. And in general, like shit like that sucks. I'm not saying that like they should like watermark your shit, because yeah, watermarking your stuff is good, but people sometimes come up with like not exactly good watermarks, which I myself think I could make a video about this, about watermarks. Holly Brown made one like years ago, but like everyone forgot about it and whatever. But yeah, it's like just crazy shit that's been going on this week in artist Twitter. So that's all I pretty much have to say. If you think I'm wrong or have anything to say, I don't know, make a response, comment down below your opinions, and that's going to be it for me, because I've said what I've had to say. I've said what I had to say. I'm sorry, I can't English right now. So yeah, have a good day, and bye.